Hi, everyone. It's Miss Morris, and I am really excited to share with you one of my very favorite things to do, and that is to write. I love to write, and hopefully, after this lesson, you will like it a little better too. Today's lesson is called Hamburger Paragraphs, and it's how to write a really great paragraph. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do is get ready. Eventually, you're going to write on some notebook paper. When we're writing on notebook paper, we have to get our paper ready. The holes that you see are on the left-hand side. This is important because if you flip your paper backwards, you might have to start again. You should put your name and the date up at the top. If you'll notice, when I began writing, I indented the very first sentence of my paragraph. Look at where I'm pointing with the cursor. That little space right there is about the size of my thumbprint. To indent, place your thumb on the red line and start writing after your thumb. That thumb-size indent is the start of a new paragraph. Please skip lines when you are writing on lined paper, but ask your teacher if he or she wants you to skip lines. When you write a story, you should indent each new paragraph like I did here. Don't forget to write neatly. Yum! Look at this hamburger. If I was going to make a hamburger, what do you think I would need to do first? Well, if I was going to actually make a hamburger, the first thing I would need would be the top bun. And when you are writing a paragraph, the first thing that you need is the topic sentence. The topic sentence is important because it's the very first sentence of your paragraph. The topic sentence has a big job. It always needs to be indented, that little space that I was talking to you about earlier. And it tells us what your writing or your paragraph is going to be about. You can't have a hamburger without the bun. You cannot have a paragraph without the topic sentence. So, for this lesson, I am going to show you a paragraph about a teacher who loves teaching. Let's take a look. There are many reasons that I love to teach. First of all, I love to teach because I love being at school. Another reason I love teaching is that the days go by very quickly. A third reason I love to teach is because I love seeing a new student understand something new. Finally, I love to teach because I love to be around kids. These are just a few reasons I love to teach. So, what is this paragraph about? That's right, it is about a teacher that loves teaching. And if I look at the very first sentence, I will see that the very first sentence says, "There are many reasons that I love to teach." I have introduced the topic of my paragraph to the reader in the first sentence. Your first sentence is powerful because it should let the reader know what the rest of the sentence is going to be about. But a hamburger is no good without some toppings. So we have our bun, which is our topic sentence, and now it's time to add some lettuce. The first detail. This should not be the most important detail in the writing. It needs to follow directly after the topic sentence. And it needs to be full of good lettucey details. Let's take a look at our paragraph again. There are many reasons that I love to teach. That's my what? Topic sentence. That's my topic sentence. First of all, I love to teach because I love being at school. So my second sentence is a detail that supports my main idea. There are many reasons that I love to teach, and then I'm going to say what the first reason is. I love to teach because I love being at school. But you don't have a hamburger just with a bun and lettuce. You might need a couple more toppings. Let's say you add the second detail, the tomato. This still should not be the most important detail. And it needs to follow directly after the lettuce sentence. And it needs to be full of good and juicy details. Okay, let's take a look at our sentence again. There are many reasons that I love to teach. First of all, I love to teach because I love being at school. Another reason I love teaching is that the days go by quickly. So I'm continuing with my thoughts about the reasons that I love to teach. My first detail was the first reason. Now I've added another reason. The days go by quickly. Oh boy, this burger is getting good. Now we're going to add the third detail, the cheese. This is still not to be the most important detail of all. It needs to start differently than the other sentences. And it needs to be full of those good, cheesy details. Let's take a look at our writing again. There are many reasons that I love to teach. That's our topic. First of all, I love to teach because I love being at school. Detail number one. Another reason I love teaching is that the days go by quickly. Detail number two. A third reason I love to teach is because I love seeing a student understand something new. Detail number three. But the last detail is the meat. Of course, you can't eat a tasty hamburger without the meat. Finally, the most important detail. It should start differently than most of the other sentences, and it needs to be full of those good, meaty details. Let's take a look at our writing. Notice that little space right there at the start of the paragraph. What's that little space called? Who remembers? You're right if you said indent. There are many reasons that I love to teach. There's my topic. First of all, I love to teach because I love being at school. Detail number one. Another reason I love teaching is that the days go by quickly. Detail number two. A third reason I love to teach is because I love seeing a student understand something new. Detail number three. Finally, I love to teach because I love to be around kids. Detail number four. These are just a few reasons that I love to teach. So if you look at my final detail, finally, I love to teach because I love to be around kids. This is my main reason that I love teaching. And because it is my main reason, I have saved it to be my final detail. A lot of students think that once they use the word finally, they can stop writing. But this is not true. Just like you would not have a hamburger with bread on the top, but no bread on the bottom, you cannot have a paragraph without the closing sentence. The closing sentence is the bottom bun. It should look a lot like the topic sentence. just like the top part of a bun looks a lot like the bottom. And it should summarize your topic. It needs to be an obvious end to the sentence. When someone reads your closing sentence, they need to know that the paragraph is wrapping up. Let's take a look at our writing one more time. There are many reasons that I love to teach. First of all, I love to teach because I love being at school. Another reason I love teaching is that the days go by quickly. A third reason I love to teach is because I love seeing the student understand something new. Finally, I love to teach because I love to be around kids. These are just a few reasons I love to teach. When someone reads my last sentence that you see there in red, these are just a few reasons I love to teach. They know that the paragraph is over. Notice that this last sentence, these are just a few reasons that I love to teach, is a lot like my first sentence. There are many reasons that I love to teach. You can use your topic sentence to help you write your closing sentence. Remember, when you're doing this paragraph writing, use this hamburger to help you. Introduce your topic sentence. Add your details. Make sure you have at least 3. In Miss Morris's example, I used 4. Close out your writing with the finishing sentence about your topic. Now it's your turn to write. Okay, your teacher will help you decide on a topic. Remember to add your delicious details. Let your 4th detail be the most important reason, and your closing sentence should look a lot like your topic sentence. I know that you can make delicious hamburger writings, and I'm excited to read every single one.